Alright, howdy folks. Alright, it's that time of year. We gotta get the grass cut. So we gotta see if this sucker's gonna start. I got the brake on, choke on, turn the key, battery's dead. Alright, we should have disconnected the battery in the winter time, but we didn't. So, let's give it an inspection. Alright, hopefully you can see that, but the battery terminals actually look pretty good. There's a little bit of corrosion on the positive, but it's still not bad. I could wire brush some of that off. So what we're going to do is we're going to try out my new jumper. So I ended up upgrading. Now I changed the battery in our other one, and I gave that one to my son. So I was going to get a JNC, but I decided to just get another Centec because these things, that last one lasted like 10 years. It did pretty good, and you know, I got a little bit of insurance. If this thing breaks, I could just replace it. So we're gonna use this to jump it and see if my battery is still decent here. The GNC though I liked because it had a longer wires on these connectors, these clamps. So I know a lot of guys on YouTube land, they hook their negative first, their ground. I always hook the positive first because you're less likely to get a spark by doing that. You hook the ground first, you're more likely to get a spark, which can lead to an explosion from the hydrogen gas that a battery emits sometimes. Alright, so we got that on. We're going to put our choke. We're going to turn on our jumper, which this would be the first time we're going to use it. Let's see what happens. Oh. So let's make sure this thing is charged, because I did charge it. Showing charged. Let's make sure this thing works. I might have to mess with this positive connection here. Try it again. Alright, might have to give it a sniff of ether or card cleaner. Try to have a can right here. So we're actually going to be replacing this and getting a new, probably going to go with another 0 turn. I can smell a little gas here, but fuel line's probably just empty. Just give it a whiff. Throw this back on. we're gonna have to run it for a little while, get that battery charged up. Alright, so I jumped off. I forgot to put the brake on. Alright, so I'm just gonna clean these connections real quick. They're not too bad. The positive one is worse than the ground, but I'm gonna clean them both. And then we're gonna put the charger on the battery for a while. The machine's running fine, good enough for now. And then we'll, if we gotta change the oil and all that stuff. Alright, so this is just a simple repair. We changed these connections last season. Now again, oh, I got two different size things on here. Alright, hold on. I've been using these this new set of Craftsman tools. Honestly, I think the quality has really gone down on these suckers. And I'll show you the couple complaints that I have with this new set. The case kind of sucks. Now let's get that other side. Alright, so it's funny, everything is like mismatched. 7/16 on one side, 10 mil on the other side. No big deal though. I used some old battery terminals that I had and I pieced it together. But they're kind of Chinese, so some things fit better than other things are supposed to fit. Alright, you can see the little bit of corrosion on there. It's enough to cause a bad connection. Now this mower I took on a trade quite a few years ago now, and it is now my beater mower. Like if I ended up buying some property or something like that, this is the machine that was going to go up there. Alright, look at that. So I am going to leave this disconnected. I'm going to hook the battery charger up on there, but I'm going to clean these a little bit more. Alright, I'm just going to hook the battery charger up on this sucker for a little while, a few hours. Alright, so as I'm putting these tools away, I just want to point out a couple things on here. Just wipe off some of this stuff here. But now you see these sockets where they go, right? So unless there's a socket some of these, it is near impossible to get out. So, oh, I gotta clean that one. But see, I can't, even with my fingers, I can't pull. I could maybe get that one. All right, so I could get that one, and now I can attack some of these smaller ones. Oh, but I still can't get that out. So what I've been doing is I take the small extension and I put it in the hole there, and I pull it out. It's ridiculous. I mean, not a good design. Really not a good design. This lip is too high. So, you know, score against Craftsman. Not that I mean, these tools in general, they used to be good back when I was like in high school or just out of high school. The company was going a long way. They were doing a lot better. But now they've sold out and lost all their stores, and you know, it's the company sucks now, really. It's just what it is. It's the way it is. It's the way of the new world. Nobody seems to care. You know, but everybody's pacified. Everybody's got everything at their fingertips, and they don't care about quality no more. So, what do you want from me? I'm a guy that uses all this stuff. I legitimately use tools, and you know, I like quality. I like to try and buy USA. But let me just tell you, our politicians been selling us out since forever. Since day one. It's all personal growth. They don't care about the people. They just care about the vote when it's election time. After that, they don't care. So I will tell you what's going to happen here is I'm going to get fed up with this case, and I'm going to rip all these tools and sockets out of here, and I'm going to throw them into a little toolbox somewhere. I'm doing my best to, you know, I just needed something to drag around the yard, you know, to do some jobs where I don't have to pull the whole, you know, tool chest out. So this is what I came up with. It's got a good assortment of sockets, both 1/4 inch, 3/8 drive. I don't necessarily need 1/2 inch drive in here, but you can't really buy a set without 1/2 inch drive. It'd be nice to have a little better screwdriver system, but it has screwdriver tips, Torx bits, different things there, Allen heads, blah blah blah. It's got a few Allen keys. So the set itself has been working out all right. I mean, I'm not giving it hard use, but no diddy. But for what I'm doing with it, it's fine. So now let's get on to that Centec right there. This thing, I mean, so far I only used it today. This is the first time, but my other one, like I said, has lasted me like 10 years. So I'm gonna put this thing back together properly here. Then I'll throw it back in the truck. And again, I always keep the charging cord on here because in the past, before I started buying these Centec ones, I always would hang the cord where I think I could find it, and I end up not being able to find it, the usual. But this thing is good. And you had a choice of getting this with or without the air pump, and I find that, you know, I was going to get it without it, but I find that I actually use the air pump more than anything else. So I keep this in the truck. It's got a couple DC cigarette lighter type charging ports. It's got a USB, and then you got your battery test light and work light. Work light has 2 modes. I mean, I don't know if I don't remember ever using the work light, but it's probably handy to have a little LED light. But for 82 bucks plus the insurance was like 10 bucks. 10 years. I mean, that thing is fine. I'll buy another one. So I had this thing on charge for a few hours. I don't know if it's enough. I did it on a slow charge for a while, then a fast charge for a little bit. Alright, I just got to clean this a little bit more. So now this time I'm going to put matching battery bolts and nuts. Be a 10 millimeter nut and 11 millimeter head on the bolt. I got some battery terminal protector somewhere in the garage here. Alright, let's see if this thing's going to crank this time. It may need more battery charging, but either way I'm going to jump it if I have to. Let's see, I already choked this. Let's see if it'll go.